Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Sarosh and I am a foundation level student at Rehan School of Campus Islamabad. And today I am doing my ChatGPT and my topic is Shhh. So let's start it. Hello ChatGPT, can you listen me?
Yes, absolutely, Sarosh. I'm here and ready to listen. Go ahead and tell me more about your topic on shush. What would you like to discuss or focus on first?
So ChatGPT, I have today some questions for you. Can we start it?
Of course. I'm ready whenever you are. Just let me know what questions you have and I'll do my best to help. What's your first question about shush?
Okay, so my first question is that what does this sound sh actually mean?
That's a great question. The sound shush is essentially a quieting or calming sound. People often use it to signal silence, like asking someone to be quiet or to lower their voice. It's also a sound we associate with focus, calm, or secrecy. So, in short, it's a simple way of signaling someone to be quiet or to listen closely.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question is that why do humans are sound instead of words to request silence?
That's really interesting. So, sounds like shush are often more effective because they're universal, no language barrier, and they tend to have a calming, almost automatic effect. We associate that soft sound with quieting down. Plus, it's nonverbal, so it's immediate and doesn't interrupt the mood, it just flows naturally.
So ChatGPT is a universal expression.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about it. No matter the language or culture, people tend to recognize that shush sound as a sign to be quiet. It's pretty powerful in its simplicity.
So ChatGPT, my next question is that why is silence sometimes more powerful than speech?
That's a really profound point. Silence can be powerful because it gives space for reflection, for thought, and for emotion to settle. Sometimes the absence of words allows a message to sink in or creates a sense of anticipation. It can be just as expressive, if not more, than speech.
So ChatGPT, tell me that when do people usually say shh?
Yeah, so people often say shush in a bunch of everyday situations, like in a library to keep things quiet, when a parent is soothing a child, or even in a movie theater to signal others to be silent. Basically, anywhere people want to create a calm or focused environment.
So ChatGPT can one sound control a noisy environment.
Absolutely. Sound can really shape an environment. For example, in a noisy classroom or a crowded place, a deliberate shush or even ambient calming sounds can bring the volume down. In fact, sound design is used in offices, hospitals, and even at home to control focus and create a sense of calm in a noisy space.
So ChatGPT does always mean be quiet.
Not always. While shush is most often used to request quiet, it can also be a signal for secrecy, like telling someone to keep something private, or to show comfort, like in a soothing bedtime context. So the meaning often depends on the situation and tone.
So tell me that where did the sound originate?
Yeah, that's a bit tricky, actually. The shush sound is kind of universal. It's likely been around for as long as humans have communicated. Early on, it probably emerged just as a natural, simple sound to get someone's attention or signal silence, like a shared instinct.
ChatGPT has this quiet command existed for centuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Versions of it have been around for a very long time. Across cultures, people have used soft sounds or gestures to signal quiet, so it's definitely a timeless human behavior.
Okay, ChatGPT, my next question is that did ancient cultures use similar sounds?
Yes, they did. Many ancient cultures had similar sounds or gestures to signal quiet or focus. For example, in some traditional ceremonies or meditative practices, soft sounds were used to create a calm atmosphere. So it's really a cross cultural phenomenon, just adapted over time.
So ChatGPT, tell me that why do humans develop non-verbal commands?
Yeah, that's a great point. Nonverbal commands like shush developed because they're immediate, universal, and don't rely on language, which can be really helpful in cross cultural or diverse settings. Plus, they allow people to communicate quickly without disrupting the flow of a conversation or scene. So they're super practical.
So ChatGPT, tell me that how has evolved across generation?
Yeah, that's really fascinating. So, shush has stayed pretty consistent in its basic function. It's still a quick calming cue for silence. But how we interpret it or use it has broadened. Today, we not only use it in person, but also in media. Think sound design in films or apps that use a quiet prompt to help us focus. So, it's evolved subtly with technology and culture. But the core meaning of shush remains pretty timeless.
So ChatGPT is older than spoken language phrases.
Yes, it's very likely. Some researchers think that simple, instinctive sounds like shush predate structured language. Early humans probably relied on these nonverbal cues before developing complex words and phrases. So it's definitely one of our oldest forms of communication.
So ChatGPT tell me that why do humans respond quickly to shh?
Yeah, that's really interesting. Humans respond quickly to shush because it's a soft, instinctive signal tied to a deep social and survival cue. Think about it like a signal that something important is happening or that danger is nearby. So, over generations, we've become really attuned to it, which is why we respond so fast.
So tell me that how does silence affect the brain?
Oh, that's a great question. Silence can have a big impact on the brain. It actually helps reduce stress, lowers heart rate, and can even stimulate creativity by giving your mind a break from constant input. So, it's kind of like a reset button for focus and calm.
So ChatGPT can quiet moment improve focus.
Definitely. Quiet moments allow the brain to rest from constant stimulation. So when we return to a task after a pause, we often have better focus and clarity. So a bit of silence in a busy environment can really help everyone tune in more effectively.
So tell me that why do people need silence for thinking?
Yeah, it's really about reducing distractions. Silence gives your brain the space to process thoughts without competing noises or interruptions. It helps you tune into your inner dialogue, reflect more deeply, and come up with clearer ideas.
So ChatGPT, my next question is that does silence reduce stress?
Yes, it really does. Silence can lower cortisol levels, which are linked to stress, and it gives your nervous system a chance to calm down. So even just a few quiet moments can help you feel more balanced and less anxious.
So ChatGPT tell me that why do certain quiet sounds grab attention?
Ah, that's a great question. Certain quiet sounds, like a gentle shush or a soft rustle, actually stand out because they break the typical noise pattern. Our brains are wired to notice unexpected quiet. It's like a cue that something important might be happening or that we need to pay closer attention.
Okay, that's a great answer. So tell me that can silence improve emotional control?
Absolutely. Silence gives you a chance to pause and reflect before reacting, which can really help you regulate emotions. When you have that quiet space, you can respond more thoughtfully rather than just reacting impulsively. So it's really a powerful tool for staying calm and in control.
So ChatGPT, my next question is that how does sh- help maintain social order?
Ah, great question. So shush acts like a subtle social signal. It's a quick, nonverbal way to remind everyone of the expected behavior, like being quiet in a meeting or during a performance. By gently enforcing that silence, it helps keep the group in sync, prevents disruptions, and maintains a sense of shared order.
So tell me that is saying polite or rude?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the context and tone. In a calm or urgent setting, shush can be really polite, like a gentle reminder to stay quiet. But if it's abrupt or sharp, it could come across as rude. So the way you say it and the situation really shape how it's perceived.
So ChatGPT tell me that how does tone change its meaning?
Yeah, exactly. Tone is really key because it conveys emotion and intention. A soft, gentle shush can feel reassuring or caring, while a sharp or impatient shush might sound bossy or even dismissive. So the exact same sound can have a totally different impact depending on how it's delivered.
So tell me that can show care and protection?
Absolutely. A gentle shush can create a really safe, calming space, like when a parent is comforting a child or when a caregiver is soothing someone in distress. It's like an invisible hand guiding them towards safety, so it really can express care and protection.
So ChatGPT, that's a great answer. So tell me that why do parents use sh with children?
Yeah, so parents often use shush because it's a simple, instinctive way to calm a child, whether they're fussy, scared, or just restless. It's a nonverbal cue that says, I'm here, everything's okay, and it helps create a sense of safety and reassurance.
So ChatGPT, my next question is that does silence strengthen listening skill?
Yes, definitely. When we have moments of silence, it kind of forces us to tune in more closely. Without background noise or distractions, we really focus on subtle sounds, body language, and even our own inner dialogue. So silence absolutely sharpens our listening skills.
So my next question is that why is silence important in classroom?
Yeah, silence is really important in a classroom because it helps everyone focus, minimizes distractions, and gives students space to think. When it's quiet, they can process information better, participate thoughtfully, and feel a sense of calm that supports learning.
So can you tell me that how do libraries symbolize quiet environments?
Yeah, absolutely. Libraries are kind of classic symbols of quiet because they've always been spaces designed for focus and reflection. They're intentionally kept calm with soft lighting and minimal noise so people can read, study, and think without interruption.
So ChatGPT, my next question is that why do audience stay quiet during performances?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. The quiet helps everyone focus on the performance, so no distractions break the immersion. It also shows respect for the performers. Everyone being silent creates a shared, attentive atmosphere that really lets the art shine.
So my next question is that how does silence improve learning?
Yeah, so silence really improves learning because it lets your brain consolidate information without constant distractions. When it's quiet, you can focus on absorbing the concepts, reflecting on what you've heard, and really letting ideas sink in. So it creates this mental space for
Okay.
deeper.
So my next question is that when is silence more respectful than speaking?
That's a really thoughtful question. Silence is often more respectful in moments of grief, during a solemn ceremony, or when someone needs space to process. Instead of filling the air with words, that quiet shows deep empathy and recognition of what's being felt or said.
Okay, that's a great answer. So tell me that do all cultures use similar quiet signals?
They don't all use exactly the same signals, but a lot of cultures do have some kind of quiet cue, whether it's a gesture, a sound, or a shared glance. So while the exact form might differ, the need for a quiet signal to focus or show respect is pretty universal.
So tell me that how do different societies value silence?
Yeah, that's really interesting. Different societies value silence in different ways. In some cultures, silence is seen as a sign of respect, wisdom, or thoughtfulness, like in many East Asian cultures. In others, like in Western contexts, silence might be viewed as awkward or even uncomfortable. So the value really depends on the cultural lens.
Okay, that's a great answer. So ChatGPT tell me that why is silence linked to respect in many cultures?
Yeah, that's a beautiful connection. Silence often signals that you're giving full attention, that you're listening carefully, or that you're holding space for someone else's words. So, in many cultures, it's a way of showing deference, patience, and care. Basically, that you value the other person enough to stay quiet and listen.
So ChatGPT, my next question is that is quietness considered wisdom in some traditions?
Absolutely. In a lot of traditions, quietness is seen as a sign of wisdom. Like in certain spiritual or monastic practices, where staying silent gives you the space to reflect, listen deeply, and gain insight. So, quiet is often connected with a kind of inner knowledge or clarity.
So tell me that how does culture shape communication volume?
Yeah, culture really shapes how we communicate things, like when we speak softly or assertively, how much silence we use, or even how direct we are. In some cultures, being loud or expressive is a sign of confidence. In others, a softer tone or more pause might show respect or thoughtfulness.
Is
So, all of these things are
silence
really,
disappearing in the digital world?
yeah, it kind of is actually. In the digital world, we're constantly bombarded with notifications, messages, and content. So, that quiet, reflective space we used to have is getting harder to find. Everything is fast paced, so silence is kind of a rare commodity these days.
So tell me that how do notification affect quiet moments?
Yeah, notifications really disrupt those quiet moments because they constantly pull us out of focus. Every ping or buzz is like a small interruption, so even if we sit down to relax or reflect, we get snapped back into the digital noise. So it really makes it harder to sustain that stillness.
So ChatGPT can digital detox bring back silence?
Yeah, it really can. A digital detox gives your brain a break from constant stimulation. Without notifications or screen time, you rediscover those quiet spaces. So your mind can rest, focus, and actually enjoy stillness again.
So tell me that do people still appreciate quiet spaces today?
Yeah, they really do. Even though we live in a super connected world, a lot of people still crave quiet spaces, whether it's for mindfulness, personal reflection, or just a mental reset. So even in the digital age, quiet is really valued.
Okay, my next question is that how can technology support peaceful environment and can silence improve self-awareness?
Yeah, great point. Technology can actually support peaceful environments by offering things like white noise apps, meditation tools, or quiet timers. And at the same time, silence gives you that space for self awareness. When it's quiet, you can notice your thoughts, emotions, and reactions more clearly, which really boosts that inner reflection.
So viewers, this is my chat GPT. Hope so you like it. Meet you in the next video. Pakistan Zindabad. Khuda Hafiz.